One of the questions we get asked a lot is regarding the fuel filters, particularly in common rail. The Denso seem to be the better at filtering that sort of stuff out. And we keep getting questions regarding the black, when you get the filters and they're just completely black in colour. Now, 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, that black material is actually algae growth. And it's generally pretty prevalent in the fuel tanks at that stage, and generally speaking you can cycle the filters out pretty quick. It doesn't really matter because obviously the algae growth has already started to occur. So the next question is, if you do get a black fuel filter and it's quite significantly black, you got to do something about it. And what sort of fuel treatment do you use? Now, generally speaking, we recommend just a basic algae killer. I think Penrite have sort of co-branded what they used to have as an algae killer, but that's all we've been using. But if you're dealing with an algae thing, and this is probably the thing most people get wrong when they're talking about trying to treat algae, they think, oh, okay, I'll just use a fuel additive and I'll use it all the time now regardless. And that's actually probably the worst thing you can do. In effect, you're dealing with a biomass or a living organism, and to be quite honest, what you're trying to do is no different to what you do with antibiotics. So the worst thing you can possibly do when you actually are trying to treat an algae situation is to continually treat it without stopping. The best thing you can do is probably once a month or once every 5 tanks or once every 10 tanks, do a decent dose and then let it clean out and let it go through the filter system that way. So yeah, that's probably one of the more common issues that we see at the moment, and we get a few questions about that, and it's actually probably one of the ones that's worst dealt with. Again, so if you guys are going to use a fuel additive for algae situation or dealing with the algae situation, the last thing you should do is use it continuously. You must cycle it and use some heavy doses, and then give it a break for a couple of days, because otherwise the biomass will just become resistant to it and you're back in the same boat to where you started.